Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Satisfactory. So in the last video we got a train set up and we are bringing quartz in, and the reason we needed the quartz was because we need to get circuit boards, and I want to use the silicon circuit board alternate recipe. But we need a lot of circuit boards because the next big goal is to get computers. And I searched long and hard and I found the recipe that I want for the computers. I'll explain why it's good and we'll see how far we can get with it. So let's get stuck in. Alright, so welcome to my little staging area. So I've shown you the circuit board alternate recipe that I'm going to use. Silicon, copper sheet. The silica is coming from our little silica mine in the caves. And what I've also done is I've added the SAM onto that line so that we can get some SAM down there to do some of that stuff as well. Now we need a total of 125 circuit boards in my estimate to carry us through to the end of the game. So 125 a minute, which means we need 10 of these assemblers. This shouldn't be a problem. I am going to use some alternates to get the copper sheets. The silica is just silica, so that won't be an issue. The computers, I have the standard computer, and I estimate that we need about 25 computers per minute to get us through to the end of the game. That means that we would need 10 of these manufacturers. That's already pretty heavy on power. Okay, ignore this. I was just messing around. I'm definitely not going to be doing that with computers. So we'd need 10, and that would give us our 25. That means we need 100 circuit boards just for the computers. We need 200 cable, which isn't a problem, but 400 plastic. That's a little bit rough. We don't have that much oil down in the area that we're working in, and I'm going to try and avoid importing oil, although I may not get away with it for too long. I want to try and avoid it, but 400, that would be basically 600 crude, I think. Anyway, so I've decided that I'll rather go with the Caterium computer, because that will only need 6.667 manufacturers, and it will only need about 150 rubber. Quick wire is not a problem. It's going to need a lot of quick wire, but that's not a problem. There is a Caterium node down to the south of the area that we're working in. So yeah, we should be okay there. We still need the same number of circuit boards, so that doesn't make a difference. So we're going to go down and we're going to set that up. Okay, so this little place should look a little different. I now have two stations, which I still need to finalize the setup. I haven't really done the outputs on that one too well because I brought the line out to kind of block it, but I will sort that out. Maybe just go a little wider on this. But what I've also done is I've brought in a belt of iron and a belt of copper from up top. So those are full belts from overclock nodes, so we're getting a full 480 per minute of each of those. And I am not drawing anything off them except the iron going in here for the iron pipes and the wire to feed into this manufacturer that is making us SAM fluctuators. And well, we should have a few. Yeah, we have a few, so we're looking good. It's just a very small facility to get us ticking. I have the quartz over here. That's ready to get processed, so we'll make some silica over here, and then we need copper sheets, and I have the copper over there going around that way. I'm not sure if I'm going to process the copper here or on that side yet. I still need to give that a little bit of thought. But probably on that side. Ooh, a train. But we are going to need a fair bit of space, and I am a bit concerned. Yeah, this actually should be fine. Because we're going to be setting up circuit boards, computers, and high-speed connectors in this area. I'm going to do the AI limiters, and I still haven't done them on the other side, at the other Caterium node. But I still need to bring the Caterium in from this side, and it is quite far south. Now, if I remember correctly, there is a little island on the edge of the waterfall with a... just to show where we are, we're way south of the beach biome. There is a wreck on that little island, and that's on the right-hand side of the waterfall. On the left-hand side of the waterfall is the Caterium node. It is a pure node, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to run a belt down there and go and fetch some. Okay, so here we are at the end of the world. Built a platform out to here, and maybe I'll just carry it on into this wall. Yeah, just have it like that. But I think what I'm going to do is in this area, it's a lot cheaper to transport Caterium ingots. When you put it through the smelter, it reduces to 1/3. So from 45 to 15, it's easier to transport 15 than it is to transport 45. So I will do a little smelting facility over here as well. We'll get our miner Mark II down over here. Perfect. I'm going to bring that belt up over here, loop it back, put it through, oh gosh, how many smelters? So 480 divided by 45, 11 smelters, so 10.667. Okay, right, that's all set up. All the power lines are connected together. It was quite easy to set this up using a blueprint. Power is sent to there. I need to shard that up to 480. This will process 480. It'll give us 160 Caterium ingots. And that will come back on this belt through to that side. Now, it would probably have been easier to get a train set up, but I'm not ready for multiple trains as yet. Now, you may ask, why am I not taking the Caterium wire back? Well, if we put down a constructor, and we're going to have a look at this, you're going to put 12 Caterium ingots in, and you're going to get 60 quick wire. That will mean that we will have to take 800 quick wire back from this. Now, I don't have a belt that can handle 800. That comes way later. So I'd rather just take the ingots back and process them into quick wire on the other side where it's needed. But yeah, let me get all of this connected up and we can get stuck into building things. Okay, the mine is sharded. Let's see, the power issue is that to there. We have power. And it's going to be delivering 480. Good. I did bring some power lines over here because we needed power, but also because I don't like walking. But first, let's see all of this in action. Alright, we're going green down the line. Well, it looks like we're green down the line. There's a little yellow flash over there, a couple of them. Those will fill up eventually. Alright, while I stuck around, I just wanted to make sure that everything was working. We are getting 160 ingots. The ingots have started backing up. These are all green, so I can forget about this facility for a while. And we can just head back. There is the 160 Caterium per minute. So I can run that around, and wherever I want, I can just split a line off and we can use it. And the reason that I brought the Caterium down here has absolutely nothing to do with the circuit boards, but it is a head planning for the computers. So if we have a look at the computers, we need the quick wire, which will now no longer be a problem, and then we need rubber. And if we look over there, there is a pipe, and that pipe comes from one of those pure oil nodes which has been overclocked, so that has 600 in it. I don't think I'm going to need the whole 600. Initially I thought I was going to use the plastic recipe, but don't need to. Now we are going to have a byproduct of heavy oil residue, but I have a use for that as well in smokeless powder, which means that I'm going to need to get rid of that initially before I have a train set up to bring our black powder from that side around to here so that I can benefit from that heavy oil residue, and then we'll find a way to burn the rest off, or we reduce the clock speed, whichever works. Anyway, let's get on to this circuit board build. We need 275 copper sheet, 275 silica, and we are going to put refineries in. So let's have a look. I have a blueprint for 2 inputs and a solid out. That's this one, and there's 3, which is really handy. And I'll put the inputs on this side. Now we're going to need 13 of these just for the pure copper recipe. So I'll bring these back a little bit. Just check that they are in place. We'll just line the first one up with that. That looks good. Alright, so I'm going to need to extend this platform a bit. Alright, so we have 13 refineries up. And these are actually for the sheets. So the copper sheets. So we'll be overproducing just a little bit, but that's not too much of a hassle. And in order to feed those, we need ingots, which is what these 8 refineries are for. They are going to make the ingots with water and ore. And this splitter thing on the line is doing this funny thing again. So let's see if we can replace the belts and get it to work. All right. There seems to be a little bug. So what I'll do, I know the line that the splitter needs to be on. Yeah, there's that little bit I think that was left inside. And that was blocking us. So let's do it this way. We'll put a splitter at the bottom Connect it up to that line. Put one on top. Delete the one on the bottom. And then reconnect. Connect. I don't need a... Yeah, I don't need... I could get away with a Mark II belt here, but I'm going to put a Mark III in. Now it's working. Good. Let's make sure that it continues on the line. It does. Alright, good. So these will fill up. And once I've plugged them in, which I should probably do now, they'll start working, but they won't work without water. So I'm going to plug them in and then show you where I'm getting the water from. As you can see, there is a full pipe of water. It's starting to pump. It's coming in. It looks strong. Downstairs is where we have all the water pumps. And the height is just perfect for these. These are water extractors. That's a water pump. Well, that's a fluid pump. Who knows? Anyway, so this is pumping. I've used the Mark II, so it's giving it 50 meter head. It's unnecessary. I could just use Mark 1, but it's on a Mark II pipe, so I'm using it. Anyway, so yeah, these are all working. I think I needed 380. So I needed 4 because I think I need 382.5 water. And yeah, overproducing. So not too much of a hassle. Good. All right. So that's part 1 sorted out. Part 2 of this is to plug these ones in. They have water. They are getting ingots, which is really good. So let's plug that in and let it run. These long manifolds sometimes do take a while to prime, so it is good to do them in phases and let them prime up. But yeah, that is the copper sheeting. Done and ready. Next, we need the silica. And we need 275 silica. So basically, I just need 8 constructors. Now, I could do it here, or I could do it on the other side and keep that as a single facility. Ah, heck. We're going to do it. We'll do it here and then ship it over that side. So that means 8 constructors. Whip out my blueprints, and we need constructors coming in from the left. Actually, let me bring them in from this side. And yes, and then I can swing them out that way. Good. All right, that'll work. I will give us a little bit of space. That is almost in line. All right, and they'll come out on this side. I can just put them in a floor hole and send them underneath. Cool. All right, so that is 4, and that's the other 4. So let's look at this recipe. We need silica. Silica needs 22.5. Each constructor makes 37.5 silica. We need 275. So 275 divided by 37.5. That's actually 7.33. So the last one needs to be underclocked to a third, and then if we multiply it by 22.5, which is the input, that means we need 165 quarts per minute, which is a Mark III belt. And if we go in here, we can see that it is transferring 432 items per minute, so that's good. What I will do over here is immediately put in a splitter, and we'll put in a Mark IV belt out of here, but this is going into a Mark III, because we are going to need other quartz products at some point. So yeah, I don't want them all coming out one hole. Make sure all the belts are connected. Make sure that the electricity is connected. Bring a power line down here. I'm not going to power it up just yet, because I believe I have some belts that need work. These are putting out 275. Mark III can carry 270. So this is going to have to be a Mark IV. And I'm just going to put them all the way through. Right, all the recipes are pasted, and this one needs to be a third. So what is 33.333? 12.5. Right, just so there's no confusion, this will be doing 12.5. That is 100% good. All right. So that, I believe, once I've sent this over there, are the 2 items that we need for the circuit boards. That only leaves us with 10 assemblers to build. Right, so that is in, and then I'll have to go underneath and make sure to connect that up. So I need assemblers, so 10 assemblers, entry from the right. All right, that is the entry. The exit's going to be on this side. Good, there's a bit of space between for walking and stuff. Let's just line this up with the first machine over here. That looks good. Okay, so that 4 more times. And that is the 10. So I'm going to put the floor hole over here. Oh gosh, how did I get the first one out of alignment? That's weird. Floor hole for the silica. Mark 4 conveyor lift. And that needs to change direction, so R. And then this one is going to come around that way. And I'm going to just tie it in when I get there eventually. But first, let's go and sort out that silica line under the ground. Oh, just by the way, we can just, because there is a big wall of conveyors over on this side, it's difficult to get through here, so I have a staircase, and yeah, now we can get around this area. Ooh, that's going to be challenging. Alright, well, this is turning out to be a little bit of a challenge. There's already a few things underneath this platform. So, yeah, I think I've got it in. Just had to wind our way through a spot. Now, that's not plugged in, so it won't be pushing anything through yet. So let's go and get that all plugged in. We are ready. So, kick off for this. There are a lot of machines to feed, so I'm going to let this run a little while. And here comes the silica. At pace. And that is then the copper sheet line. So that should start moving. Oh yeah. Alright, now I need to run through and set all these recipes because I haven't done that yet, but I also haven't plugged it in, so not a problem. And all of these recipes will be set as silicon circuit board, normal output 12.5 per minute each. 10 of them will be outputting 125 circuit boards. So copy those settings and paste them all the way through. And then sort out these conveyor belts and we're for away. And I'm going to set up a smart splitter over here because I'm not sure exactly how this is going to play out. So we'll put that there. And then I will have a container, a storage box for now. These little bugs are under the floor and they are upset with me. Excuse the noise. Alright, plug that in to there. Plug that into there. Just using Mark III belts. And for now, this will just be any going in here, and later on, any will go this way and overflow will go this way because we'll have enough for our own purposes in this box. So, last thing to do is just take that line and plug it into that pole, and that whole operation should kick off. Okay, lights are starting to turn green, and there are our first circuit boards. Excellent. Alright, well, now we're getting circuit boards, and a lot of them. And that, folks, is step number 1 of getting the computer set up. So we'll have the circuit boards. Excuse me a moment, these are going to annoy the hell out of me. Alright, I think I handled them. I thought there was a big guy somewhere. Yeah, I thought there was a big spitter here as well. Alright, well, maybe he's gone on leave. Anyway, they shouldn't respawn now that I've got manufacturing this close to them. We have 195 already. Good. So circuit boards, for now, are used in computers. They are used in our adaptive control unit with computers and heavy modular frames. They're used in high-speed connectors. So there's quite a lot of use for them. The 125 should be enough. If it isn't, I'm going to be very sad. Anyway, in the next episode, we will finish up computers. We'll get our extra rubber sorted out. And we'll get some quick wire with the Caterium that we brought over from that side in this area. And I'm going to move this power pylon to a more decent place. But that is that. So if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts on the game, on the process, on the alternate recipes that you like. I do look forward to hearing from you. And thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, cheers.